Hello, and now instead of introducing you to the newest episode of the Carl Experience, this is now the Skeptical Scotsman. And if you saw the title of what I'm redoing, it's spelled that way intentionally. Um, okay, uh, I'm going to cover a couple different topics, nothing too huge. And yes, over here I have the TV on the Oscars and saw some stuff. So, if there seems to be a pause, it's because something important happened on there that I wanted to see. But now, what I have to talk about today is the interview, or if you want to call it that, the debate, the Second Amendment debate that happened between um, Oklahoma Senator Republican Nathan Dam, I don't know, Dahm, versus Jon Stewart. And this is only my 2 cents of the argument. They were trying to each other, for the most part. My friend in Alaska, Laura, she said that it seemed like either guy was interested in the other's opinion. I have to disagree with that to a certain extent. Do I agree with people who say guns should be outlawed? No. I do believe the Second Amendment is there for a reason. But I do love the finer point that Jon Stewart makes. What do you have to do in order to vote? You can't just go somewhere and vote. Apparently, a Washington, D.C. council tried to pass a legislative law that said if you're an illegal alien, you can vote. Well, this got up to a certain point, and then it hit dead water. And the reason it hit dead water is because illegal immigrants, by constitutional law, are not allowed to vote. You have to be a citizen, naturalized or otherwise. I was born here, so I automatically have that right. But here's the deal. Citizen, and then you have to register. The reason this is an important point is because there are plenty of people out there who don't want their weapons registered. Okay, why wouldn't you want your weapon registered? You have to register to vote. In order for your vote to count, you have to register to do it. That one I fully believe is at the very heart of this issue. Now, I've already stated on this channel that properly contextualized to modern day standards, the people who should be carrying weapons of war, AK-47s, assault rifles, should be the military, because of the way everything was written. It's not just me spewing anti-Second Amendment vitriol. If you have a handgun, I fully support you having that handgun if you're not a felon. You're allowed to own a gun? Okay, register the gun. It's not that hard a concept to take in. For people like, well, my weapon's too dangerous to use in anything but target, then why do you have it? Why do you have that? Another important point to make is that the senator from Oklahoma, he was like, well, it shall not be, just because it says it shall not be infringed upon, doesn't mean there shouldn't be checks and balances. That's what is in the Constitution. Seriously, it's what's in it. I have no problem registering a handgun, provided I buy one. I want the cops to know that I'm a registered handgun owner if I own a gun. Whatever projectile weapon I have, I want the cops to know I have it. When they ask if I have a weapon on me, no, I don't. Just like when cops I've literally been held at gunpoint by the police. So all these people are like, well, you don't know what it's like to be held. Yes, I do. I've been held by the cops at gunpoint because I fit the general description of some fuckstick who just robbed a goddamn store. I've been pulled over and asked to empty my pockets and my backpack and everything like that. I've already been through that. What pisses me off is when people say you don't know what this is like, or you shouldn't have to. If the cops asked me to register a knife, that one I would have a problem with, because knives can be used as weapons, but they are tools. Excuse me. For instance, I have this unique little tack knife. Do I threaten to stab somebody with it? I can. I could possibly kill them with it. Very easy. I keep them stoned and sharpened. This one I got to restone because it's got a couple of gnarls in it. But should I register this? If they required it, I would do it. But I'm not fantastically, gung ho about it, because you can literally make a knife out of a fucking piece of wood. Yes, I can literally make a piece of wood into a knife. It's not hard to do. I'm a woodworker. And if I have paint and all the other accessories, I can make it look real. I can make it look like a real fucking metal knife. Does that mean it's a deadly weapon? No, it's a tool. That knife that I just showed you is a tool. I use it for various things. Have I ever once used it to harm anybody? No. I've used it to take splinters out of my fingers. Metal shavings out of my fingers, various body parts. I've done all that with my knife. It's a tool. Now, you go off saying, well, I use my gun as a tool. If you're pistol whipping somebody, I get that. That I totally get. But I do think that Jon Stewart had a point that Nathan Dam, whatever his name is. I can't quite figure out how to pronounce his name, but then again, I don't care because I'm not from Oklahoma. But the important thing to remember is that a knife is not the primary definition of a knife throughout mankind has been to be a tool. A tool to help with hunting, fishing, loosening things, all sorts of stuff, to cut. Yes, I get that. But a bullet is only designed for one thing. It's designed to be tapped and explode and send another projectile into something else. Do I think projectile weapons, like a rock gun, do I think it needs to be registered? Yes, I do. And it's probably a controversial point, but I'm so used to saying controversial things nowadays that I don't care. I'm just speaking my own truth and what I feel should be done. And I'm not. If you got an AK-47 or an assault style rifle at home that's not registered, do I feel that you should be stripped of it? I think instead of being stripped of it, you should be a responsible gun owner. Register it. If they say that's illegal for you, if they tell you that's an illegal weapon for you to have, then why do you have it? You don't need a weapon of war. So far, there are so many instances where weapons of war, well, I need this for home defense. So your home is being attacked by 15 people, and you need 3 magazines to fend them off. No. A single gun, and if you're lucky enough to find all of them walking up out of the same car, bam, 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 bam. Make a few shots, kill all of them, you don't have a problem. And that would be home defense. I completely agree with that. But having an assault-style rifle and an assault-style rifle, from the research I did, you literally take 2 of the parts and modify them. It goes from semi-automatic to automatic. Flip a switch, brrr, 1 switch. I know some of you won't agree with me. That's okay. This is my opinion. I don't think that homeowners need anything more than hand pistols or handguns to defend themselves with. I don't agree with you needing an AR-15 style assault rifle or an AK-47 assault style rifle to protect your home. if you're just blindly shooting, you're not defending your home. You're just blindly hoping to hit something. And I can't agree with that. You're free to have it as of right now, but do I agree with it? No. I don't think that Nathan, Senator Nathan from Oklahoma, made a good enough rebuttal argument to Jon Stewart's debate points. Because all Nathan did is, well, it says uninfringed. The fact that it tells you that, well, you have to be registered to vote. If you have to be registered to vote, why shouldn't you have to register your projectile weapons? Now that I'm done taking on that controversial point, we're going to move on to the next subject. Yay! Let me just cross this out here. If you hear any sway, it's because this is a new tripod. I'm hoping it works out properly because it really is a very nice accompaniment. Excuse me, and it cost me like $5. And it's a really good tripod from what I can see. I took pictures of my daughter's birthday unwrapping stuff here on the 12th with it because I didn't have to constantly hold the camera up and then take pictures. I just reach over and click, click, click. Bought it at Five Below in case you're interested. Now, the next point is, I'll erase all this. The next big piece of news that I wanted to talk about is McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy, who's a Republican for California, I think it's District 10, I think. Not sure. I just looked up his name and where he was from. I didn't get the exact precinct. He made in my opinion, as Speaker of the House, I would already be taking a vote of no confidence on him. He turned thousands of hours of footage over to Tucker Carlson. And Tucker Carlson not only cherry-picked footage, but he edited it so that it looks like, what do they call him? The vegan Viking, the QAnon shaman, whatever you call him, being led around on what looks to be a tour. And I've seen some of the images that were released via news and via the internet. And my only problem with that is Kevin McCarthy said he would disclose all the footage so that would lead to better transparency. Releasing it to Tucker Carlson to go through thousands of hours of footage and then cherry picking the shit that pushes an alternate reality narrative is just bullshit. Unlike a lot of other people, I watched January 6th unfold on TV, not edited. We didn't see, like, well, we'll come back here in a second. They didn't leave the footage. They didn't leave live. And for the people who said it was a mostly non-violent protest, you can believe that if you want to, but I was watching the insurrection. That was not non-violent. If you believe it was non-violent, man, you don't want to see violent then. And then it comes out that Fox News and another affiliated network, I guess, or whatever, CNN maybe, I'm not exactly sure, admitted to perpetuating the election fraud claim by Trump. Yes, they did. It came out on the news. Rupert Murdoch's deposition states they pushed it for viewership. They didn't like Trump. They knew the narrative was false, yet they pushed it anyway, because you got to have that strong Republican base. Well, in my opinion, if you're supposed to be reporting news, then report the news. Well, I've got a 4-hour show. I got to try filling it in with stuff that actually matters, not pushing a false narrative where Trump is not in any way involved, and the crazed lunatics that injured police officers and stormed the Capitol building of the United States, how they were the heroes? No. I've already posted this on Facebook. I've posted it on MeWe, and nobody has a rebuttal to the pictures that I posted about it. I posted pictures from an average day of people walking around the Capitol Rotunda and stuff. I also posted pictures of January 6th at the Rotunda. Those pictures do not paint a pretty picture. What's really funny is Rupert Murdoch already admitted to all of this, saying they should have gone harder against this narrative. He had his chance. He had his chance. He wanted to maintain his lifestyle and his and the viewership. And to further back up my claim, Tucker Carlson, as well as others, I don't know who all of them are. I don't pay that much attention to who the hell's to Fox News or CNN or Newsmax or OAN. I don't pay attention to all that crap. And the news sources I do pay attention to, I don't take them for granted. I listen to an undertow. And their inability to... They've already found text from these people stating they didn't like Trump, but they pushed their narrative to keep viewership. They wanted to keep that strong Republican base. I don't buy that. They may have been all about the money and maintaining their lifestyles. When do you stop being an entertainer? Because you claim to be in a legit news program, a reporter of the news, and where's that line from being an entertainer to a reporter? If you're going to report. Don't, like, they caught, what's his name? Excuse me. They caught, what's his name? The gray-haired guy. I can't remember his name anymore. But I've seen so many damn things about him saying he didn't push the Trump election lies. And then the people who are running these podcasts go back to clips where he's clearly backing those lies. When he's like, oh, I really hate Trump, but his followers are giving me massive viewership. It's called pushing a fake narrative. Now, I know not all of you are going to agree with this. You can be a Trump fan if you want to be. I don't care. I mean, I personally think that Trump ranks up there with, like, Nixon or something, as far as bad presidents. You don't have to like my opinion either. But it seems that people don't like an educated base. And by uneducated, I don't mean what you'd imagine uneducated means. It's like with magicians, the more educated a person is, the dumber they are. You can know how to do spreadsheets, you can know how to analyze numbers, words, you can learn to decipher codes. You can do all this stuff and still be fooled by a fucking stupid card trick. I know, I happen to have been involved in magic. And the more complicated the fucking card trick is, the more the educated people figure it out in a heartbeat. The people who are the unwashed masses, as it were, the simpletons, are sitting there staring at you, drooling with their eyes glazed over because they have no idea what the hell happened. The educated people in the room know there was a lot of stuff happening. But in magic, as well as other professions, the simplest tricks can fool everybody from the janitor who can't read or do anything else. All you can do is push a mop in a bucket, to the CEO of the company who's handling multi-million dollar deals. A stupid, simple card trick can fool people much better than some grand illusion that takes 43 steps to finish. And the more that's the weird part about education. A lot of Trump followers that are hitting up the internet are college educated. They still follow. I don't know why. And every time I try to present evidence to the contrary, yes, I still hear people saying I support him for this or that or the other. Okay, I'm not saying you can't support him. I'm just asking you why. And for those of you who said I've already explained that, I get your vitriol on that. I get it. And I'm also, right now, not a fan of Biden's policies. Not all of them, that's for damn sure. But I'm going to end this on a note of positivity as best I can. We need to ignore the polarizing people in the political thing and the political pundits. People who think they know something about politics when they absolutely do not have a fucking clue. You're talking Ben Shapiro, Dan Bongino, because Dan Bongino, in my opinion, is too full of his own shit and pandering to a fucking crowd of conservatives who literally want to hear what they want to hear. I listen to Dan Bongino, Ben Shapiro, I listen to Tucker Carlson. I listen to a bunch of stuff that I don't like. Do I go on and say no, they need to be taken off air? No, they should be taken off air. But I'm not the one saying take them off the air. I'm saying they should be off the air because the lies are spreading. And I don't like the leftist ones either. I like the centrists. So I'd implore you to do a little more research and not just on the QAnon variety, but actually pay attention, because every news story has an undertow to it, an underflow in it. And if my remarks are setting you off, then there's a reason for that. I pick my words carefully. I'm a very thought-out person. And yes, I do swear. And some people will say that's a sign of an uneducated mind. I have over 100,000 words to pick from, at least. The average American vocabulary is less than 6,000 words. They're implying that because most of them don't read books, they don't know very much about English. I've read more books than probably 90% of the people I know. That's 90% of the people I know. So now I'm going to do a graceful exit and wish you all the best. This has been The Sceptical, with a C, SCEPTICAL, The Sceptical Scotsman. The Carl experience is over. I'm renaming it the Sceptical Scotsman, spelled wrong on purpose, because you need to start using your brain, using those critical thinking skills. Do what George Carlin expressly asked you to do. Use your brain. Analyze things. And not just from your own echo chamber. I listen to opinions I don't like. And I still manage to boil everything down. I point out stuff I do like from the people I don't like. How many people do that? I guarantee you not fucking many of them. But I'm going to get off of here and put this on so I can get this out tonight. So have fun. Have fun. And if, to appease any of you who think I can't pull this off, this has been the Sceptical Scotsman. Have a brilliant night.